Hello, students. So today we are going to solve the question answers of respiration and organisms. Let's get started. Question 1. Why does an athlete breathe faster and deeper than usual after finishing the race? So you all must have observed that जब भी कोई athlete race complete करते हैं, they breathe really fast and they breathe really deep. Deep मतलब बहुत गहरा गहरा सांस लेते हैं, लंबा लंबा सांस लेते हैं. So why does it happens? So let's look at the answer. So during the race, the energy demand is high. Since the athlete is running, the demand of the energy is high, but the oxygen which is available is low. As a result, athlete के muscle cells में anaerobic respiration occur होता है, so that वो जो energy का demand है वो fulfill हो पाए. Therefore, after the race, athletes, they are going to breathe faster and deeper so that they are able to take up more oxygen from the atmosphere. And वापस से ये सारे जो cells हैं, उन्हें oxygen मिले, वो lactic acid break कर पाए और energy supply कर पाए. Okay, so let's look at the answer. During the race, the energy demand is high, but the availability of oxygen is low. As a result, anaerobic respiration occurs in muscle cells to fulfill the demand for energy. Therefore, after the race, the athlete breathes faster and deeper so that more oxygen is supplied to the cells to meet the energy demands. Question 2. List the similarities and differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So first, let's talk about similarities. So दोनों respiration में food is broken down. That is the most important similarity. दोनों respiration में food breakdown होता है और दोनों ही respiration में energy release होता है. Now let's talk about differences. Aerobic और anaerobic respiration में क्या-क्या differences हैं? सबसे पहले let's talk about the differences in the end products. Aerobic respiration में end product में बनते हैं carbon dioxide and water. और anaerobic respiration में अगर yeast anaerobically respire कर रहा है तो it will produce alcohol, और अगर हमारे muscle cells anaerobically respire करते हैं तो ये produce करते हैं lactic acid. So it is alcohol or lactic acid. Second is, in aerobic respiration, more energy is released, and in anaerobic respiration, less energy is released. Third, aerobic respiration will require oxygen. But anaerobic respiration, it will not require oxygen, or it can even occur if there is a presence of little oxygen. Lastly, let's look at some examples. So aerobic respiration will occur in plants and animals. Anaerobic respiration, it will occur in yeast, bacteria, even human muscle cells if we are doing physical activities. Even our human muscle cells can respire anaerobically during those situations. So these are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Question 3. Why do we often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air? Dust-laden air मतलब वो air जिसमें बहुत dust present होता है. So जब भी हम ऐसा air inhale करते हैं जिसमें बहुत सारा dust है तो हमें छींकने का मन करता है. We often sneeze, right? Now why does it happen? So when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air, these dust particles, they are crossing the hairs. हमारे जो नोज और नेजल कैविटी में जो हेयर प्रेजेंट है वो उन्हें क्रॉस कर देते हैं, और जैसे ही वो क्रॉस करते हैं नेजल कैविटी के हेयर्स को, ये इरिटेट करते हैं द लाइनिंग्स ऑफ कैविटी. इसकी वजह से वी फील लाइक स्नीजिंग एंड वी स्नीज एंड रिमूव आउट, वी एक्सपेल आउट ऑल दीज डस्ट पार्टिकल्स, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट हमारा जो नेजल पैसेज है वो क्लीन हो जाता है. Now let's move on to question number 4. There are 3 test tubes. Fill 3/4 of each with water. Label them A, B, and C. Keep a snail in test tube A, a water plant in test tube B, and in C, keep snail and plant both. Which test tube would have the highest concentration of carbon dioxide? तो हमने क्या किया है, हमने 3 test tubes लिया और हमने उन्हें लेबल कर दिया A, B, and C. Next, we have filled it with water. पहले test tube में we have kept snail. Okay, I am writing S for snail. दूसरे टेस्ट ट्यूब में we have kept a water plant. Okay, the green color is representing a water plant. And third वाले में I have both snail as well as a water plant. हमें बताना है कि इन तीनों में से कौन से टेस्ट ट्यूब में सबसे ज्यादा कंसंट्रेशन होगा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का. So let's talk about test tube A first. Test tube A में snail है. So what does the snail do? Snail is a living organism. ये breathe in करते हैं ऑक्सीजन और ये रिलीज करते हैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. Okay, so test tube A में सिर्फ स्नेल प्रेजेंट है जो कि ऑक्सीजन ब्रीद इन कर रहा है एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज कर रहा है. नेक्स्ट टेस्ट ट्यूब बी. टेस्ट ट्यूब बी में देयर इज अ प्लांट, अ वाटर प्लांट. नाउ रिमेंबर, प्लांट्स का एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन होता है, वो है फोटोसिंथेसिस. और प्लांट रेस्पायर भी करते हैं. सो रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस में प्लांट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस करेंगे and this carbon dioxide will be used for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so plant will take in carbon dioxide that is produced during respiration in order to perform photosynthesis, and in this process the plant will release oxygen. Okay, so test tube B में oxygen का concentration ज़्यादा होगा. Now let's talk about test tube C. इसमें स्नेल भी प्रेजेंट है और प्लांट भी प्रेजेंट है. सो स्नेल रेस्पायर करेंगे और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. प्लांट भी रेस्पायर करके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. बट ये दोनों जो ऑर्गेनिज्म कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, बोथ द क्वांटिटी or double the quantity of carbon dioxide is utilized by the plant again to perform photosynthesis, and as a result the concentration of carbon dioxide will be lower. So you can observe that test tube A में सबसे ज़्यादा carbon dioxide present होगा. Okay, so test tube A will be having the highest concentration of oxygen. Now let's solve question number 5. Tick the correct answer. A. In cockroaches, air enters the body through spiracles. Remember, cockroaches or insects में there is a openings in the sides of these organisms जिसे हम spiracles कहते हैं. B. During heavy exercise, we get cramps in our legs due to the accumulation of lactic acid. Okay, lactic acid कैसे produce होता है? It is the end product of anaerobic respiration. Let's move on to question number C. Normal range of breathing rate per minute in an average adult person at rest is 15 to 18 times. And lastly, question number D. During exhalation, rib, it moves upwards. Sorry, exhalation है ना? So exhalation में our ribs move downward. जब हम सांस बाहर छोड़ते हैं तो हमारा ribs moves downwards. Now let's move on to question number 6. In this question, we have to match the items in column 1 with the column 2. First one, yeast. So yeast produces alcohol. Second, diaphragm. Diaphragm, it forms the floor of the chest cavity. Skin. Earthworm breathe करते हैं through skin. Leaves. Leaves में pores होते हैं, that is called as stomata. Fishes के पास gills होते हैं. And frog, they respire both through, they take in oxygen both through lungs and skin. Now let's move on to question number 7. Mark T if the statement is true and F if it is false. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate of the person slows down. So this is false. Okay, जब हम exercise करते हैं, हमारा breathing rate fast हो जाता है. It increases rather than slowing down. Okay. Question number 2. Plant carries out photosynthesis only during the day and respiration only at night. Now this is also false. Plants ये photosynthesis करते हैं during the daytime. That is true, but they respire throughout the day and night. Okay, they respire. Plants respire every time. Third, frogs breathe through their skins as well as through their lungs. Now this is true. Fourth, the fishes have lungs for their respiration. Now this is false. Fishes, they have gills for their respiration. Fifth, the size of the chest cavity increases during inhalation. This is true. जब हम inhale करते हैं, हमारा size of the chest cavity increase होता है. Now, let us solve question number 8. Given below is a square of letters in which are hidden different words related to respiration and organisms. Now, these words may be present in any direction. It can be upwards, downwards, or along the diagonals. Find the words from your respiratory system. Clues about those words are given below given below the square. Clues about those words are given below the square. So we are going to solve this crossword. It's going to be very interesting. First one, let's look at the clue. The air tubes of insects. So हमें ये पता है air tubes को हम कहते हैं trachea. Let's find out trachea. So I can see it over here. This is trachea. Next one, skeletal structures surrounding the chest cavity. So हमारे chest cavity में जो structure system है, ये है ribs. Okay, ये हमारे lungs और heart को protect करते हैं. So here we have ribs. Next, muscular flow of chest cavity. Now this is called as diaphragm. Diaphragm. And I can see diaphragm over here. Okay, it is going upwards. D-I-A-P-H-R-A-G-M. Next one, the tiny pores on the surface of leaf. This is called as stomata. So let's find stomata. So here it is. Okay, S-T-O-M-A-T-A, stomata. Next one. Small openings on the sides of the body of insects. This is called as spiracles. Okay, so let's find spiracles now. Here it is. Next one, the respiratory organs for human beings. So that is lungs. Here we have lungs. Let's move on. The opening through which we inhale, this is called as nostrils. So nostrils, let's find nostrils. Here it is. An anaerobic organism. Let's take yeast. And I have found yeast as well. Last one, an organism with tracheal system. It can be cockroaches. Over here, I can see it's ant. Here it is, ant. So with this, we have completed question number 8. Let's move on to question number 9. Spontaneer carry oxygen with them because at an altitude of more than 5 kilometers, there is no air. The amount of air available to the person is less than that available on the ground. The temperature of air is higher than that on the ground, or the pressure of the air is higher than that of the ground. So your correct answer will be option B. The amount of air that is present for us is less as we go up to the higher altitude as compared to the amount of air that is present in the ground. Okay, so that's why mountaineers, they carry oxygen with them when they travel up towards the mountain. So we have completed this chapter. I hope you all have enjoyed learning respiration and organisms along with me. Everyone, do take care. Bye-bye.